So how does the patch work? We're not injecting the body with copper peptide. How does this work? So when we go out in the sun, sunlight will cause our body to make vitamin D. Okay, we all know this and we accept this. Men, as an example, when they age, they are faced with declining levels of testosterone. It's known that by shining sunlight during the summer on a man's shoulders, that this will stimulate the androgen receptors in the trapezius muscles, elevating testosterone. So there are a number of very, very significant biological effects when we expose the body to light. And that's exciting to know that our bodies have this interaction with light and use light as a signaling method to change our biochemistry in a very favorable way. So this is a natural process. So LifeWave technology takes advantage of this. Light therapy has been around for at least thousands of years. Over the past 120 years, light therapy has been reviewed scientifically to look at exactly how is it working. So now over the past 15 years, the exact mechanisms by which light works to influence our health are much more well known. With respect to the patch, this is not an active electronic device. So instead of using a lamp or a laser to elevate something like vitamin D, what we're going to do instead is use the body as a power source. So you take a patch, you apply it anywhere on the body, and the patch will begin to stimulate the body with low levels of light. The light is in the range of visible and infrared spectra. This is a process in science known as photobiomodulation, but it simply means that we can stimulate the body with low levels of light with the patch, and in turn, this is going to create a very favorable biochemical change in the body. And in this case, we want to use light to elevate copper peptide and activate our body's stem cells. Now, how do we know that LifeWave X39 will elevate copper peptide? Well, I'm happy to say that over the last 20 years, we've conducted more than 80 clinical studies on our products. If you go to the science section of our website, you can see our studies posted there. So we perform these multiple clinical studies. In the case of X39, we conduct blood testing to validate that the patch elevates GHK and GHK-Cu. We perform urine tests to look at how the patch can have very, very favorable changes on our body chemistry. And we perform various bioelectrical tests to look at how, for example, X39 can improve cognitive function, since that's something that people are very concerned about as we age. So let's take a look at a few of those studies now, which again, you can access on our website. This first study was performed by Dr. Caitlin Connor, and this was to look at, our very first look at using X39 to elevate GHK and GHK-Cu. So this was a 10-person open-label pilot study done through blood analysis. An important note here is that the average age of the person in the study was 64. Reason for this is that after the age of 60, copper peptide levels have decreased by 60 to 80%. Not coincidentally, the stem cell activity in our body has decreased over 60% after the age of 60. So there's a correlation between levels of copper peptide and stem cell activity. We perform this study over a period of 1 week. So we look at what's a person's levels of copper peptide before they use the patch, within 24 hours, and then after 1 week. So what we found in this first study, which was incredibly exciting, was that yes, when you apply X39, it will in fact elevate GHK and GHK-Cu. So we have the proof that the patch does that. Now, our methodology at LifeWave is we always perform a pilot study and then we move to a larger double-blind study. So we took that first study and then followed it up with a second one. And this is a larger 60-person, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, again with an older population, and the test conducted using blood analysis and over a period of 24 hours and 1 week. This study was also published in Internal Medicine Research, and this study is posted to the science section of our website. And as you can see here, we again reached statistical significance, meaning we proved in this 60-person study that when you wear the X39 patch, it will in fact increase your body's levels of GHK and GHK-Cu. So this is exciting because now for the first time, we can elevate copper peptide without using any kind of injection, do it from the convenience of our own home. It's very fast, it's safe, it's effective, and it can contribute to a healthy life. So where do we go from here? If copper peptide is resetting about 1/3 of the human genome back to a more healthy state, can we reach 100%? What can we do today, right now, to improve our quality of life and prime our body for the best health and age reversal? The first thing is we all need to have a very solid foundation. That's going to start with a number of things. First, a healthy, nutritious diet. Getting proper nutrition is absolutely critical to success when we're talking about lengthening our lifespan and improving what's called our health span, meaning staying young and healthy as long as possible. We need to get adequate amounts of protein, healthy fats, vitamins and minerals as they fuel that our body is going to need to manufacture hormones and make new cells. Without having that as a foundation, we're never going to achieve the optimum levels that we could. The next thing is some type of regular resistance training. One of the problems we face as we age is muscle atrophy or age-related sarcopenia. By resistance training, not only do we get to preserve our muscles and our muscle strength and stamina, but the act of exercise and resistance training turns on genes associated with youth and health. So there are multiple benefits to regular resistance training. Another factor that, of course, is very obvious is sleep. We need to get at least 7 hours of sleep each day so our body has time to repair and make the hormones that it needs. For example, if we're getting less than 6 hours of sleep, we could see a decline of as much as 30% of our levels of testosterone. So we need to have adequate amounts of sleep if we are going to be on a path to slowing down and reversing aging. In societies all around the world today, unfortunately, food has become depleted of nutrition. So it's good to take a review of what it is that you're getting in your diet on a daily basis and supplement where necessary. These don't have to even be man-made supplements. They could be things like olive oil, or just to make sure that you're getting enough healthy fats in your body. We want to be drinking enough clean water each day. We need water to make energy and detoxify our body of metabolic wastes. So let's set a goal of drinking 1 or 2 liters of water each day. That's not so bad. And of course, we want to avoid things that we know will degrade our health. So we try to keep stress at a minimum in our daily lives, not abuse alcohol, preferably don't smoke, don't do drugs, and keep all of these things at an absolute minimum. If we avoid the things that are degrading our health, we will be much further along the way to preserving our health.